What's your oh, you're not joking moment? 1. 30 to 45 days after separating, before the divorce was final, but I was already out of the house. My boyfriend is moving in, his name is Froy. Effing, Froy, my name is Roy. Are you serious? 2. I work at a hotel. We have this regular who comes, but usually makes reservations ahead of time, and she has her favorite room she tries to get. Well, one day she walked in, asking for a room. I had rooms available, but not the one she wanted. And she replied, "Oh, call the guest in that room and tell them to move out so I can have it." I seriously thought that was a joke, and I played along, saying, "I'll get right on that." As I was getting her info in the computer, all of a sudden, she said, "Aren't you going to call them?" "Call who?" "Those guests in that room so I can have it." "Oh, you really weren't joking." I told her that we don't do that. If she wanted that room, she needed to call ahead. I have a room. I know it's not your preferred room, but it's all I've got, and you can take it or leave it, but I'm not moving a guest out. She seemed almost taken aback by that, but I told her that if she didn't take the room I had, she wouldn't get anything. She calls ahead now, but I was mortified and shocked she actually tried this stunt and actually meant it. 3. I was eating ice cream, and an old guy walking into the ice cream parlor said, "Oh, that looks good. I'm gonna get a spoon." I smiled and laughed awkwardly, until his damn spoon was in my ice cream. 4. Had a neighbor who was a single guy in his 40s, divorced, had a college-age daughter that stayed with him half the time. Seemed like they were having a sort of family reunion one weekend, and I saw him talking with others out on his back deck. A little while later, I went over to ask to borrow something. His daughter answered, and I asked if her dad was there. She said her dad was dead, and I just chuckled and was like, "Haha, yeah right." She just looked at me, turned around crying, and went back inside. Her mom, his ex-wife, came out right away and saw I was confused, shocked, and very apologetic. She was really nice about it, saying it had just happened and was the first time the daughter had had to answer the door. Apparently, he had committed suicide. I obviously felt so terrible, apologized profusely. I thought for sure I had just seen him, and the way the daughter had announced it seemed almost lighthearted. Turns out, who I saw on the back deck was his brother, who looked a lot like him, and all the family was there for the funeral. 5. Had an old lady ask me when her dog would grow its leg back after an amputation. 6. Have a relative who got a ton of help from us when they came to this country. Checked in on his family, signed his kid up for sports, helped them move, gave them furniture, gave them heaters when they didn't have heat, etc., etc. My pregnant wife was assembling his dad's bed while he was at work. Once he got on his feet and found some friends, he ghosted me. No call, no text, missed my kids' birthdays, not even an invite for a cup of tea. Recently got a call from him trying to sell me a car. That segued into talking about how he wants to move to another city. I'm wondering where he's gonna get the money to do it, but overall like, haha, yeah, I heard it's nice. That turned into wanting the down payment to be deposited into his account and or a cosigner. Yeah, after politely declining for the sake of my father, I was told, "Okay, I won't keep you, bye." 7. At a coworker's house playing poker after our NFL fantasy draft. One guy asked where the bathroom was, and off he went. Came back a few minutes later, and the host asks if he seriously just took a shit in his house. We all laughed and turned our attention back to the poker game. He wasn't joking. He was genuinely upset that someone used his bathroom to take a shit. He said it was extremely rude and something you should wait until you get home to do.